I am recording this now for the second time. I recorded it once, and then I realized that I clicked through it and I was like, I'm really staring at my notes a lot, and I don't want to do that so much because I think that's a bad habit from Twitch in particular, because the chat is normally on my screen. So bad habit, gotta try and not do that. So that was what I noticed, and then I thought, okay, that's fine. I will just record an intro part to attach to that. So then I went in and clicked what I thought was record, and turns out I clicked stream. So I started live streaming my intro for my YouTube video, and then I got a notification on my phone from Twitch saying manage your channel, and I was like, not a good sign. So then I quickly rushed onto Twitch, realized that I was streaming, and it took me a while to get my head around it, delete it, and then because I was on there anyway, I went back on and just updated for people that had seen it. I was like, look, sorry, lol, that's very classic me thing to do. I've had a lot of tech difficulties in my time. We're gonna have more. But then I realized, someone pointed out that my mic wasn't connected either. So effectively, I filmed an entire YouTube video on silent. So we're gonna re-record that now. This is that. So let's dive back in. Hopefully this one will be better. I'll try and look at the camera. I will try to make sure audio is working. And one day I'll be so good at tech that you guys will not even believe it's me anymore. So alright, let's get into it. So this video has been coming for a long time. I think I've been talking about YouTube since the start of this year, and it's been something where I'm I need to get going on there, because I spend a lot of time on YouTube listening to other artists or mentors or just people that I admire. There's a lot of information I actually consume on YouTube, so I thought it makes sense to also be putting information out into the same place I'm consuming it most. So that's what we're trying to do. Every time I have scheduled it into my week, I've ended up, not kidding, sick, or something just completely out of the blue that could not have been predicted has come up and stopped me from filming that day. So we've gone for surprise attack mode this morning. So didn't plan on doing it today. Would never have normally picked it's Thursday, I have to go to work in a minute, I've got a rental inspection. Would not have picked this day, and that's the exact day that I've decided, surprise attack, let's get it done. So, bit of an update. My name is Grace. I'm filming this from South Australia. This is my little studio apartment. I'm an artist. I work as a graphic designer. I live in Adelaide, so it's a small city, or a big country town, basically. It's really pretty, it's easy to get around, super safe city. Not crazy exciting here, but it kind of depends what you're looking for in a city. So I've been here for more than, I think, over 11 years now. Way longer than I thought I'd be. I don't want to be here forever. I would love to travel around a little bit more and experience living in other places. But this is where we are for now. So let's dive into what has been happening. So if you follow me on Instagram or Twitch, you'll know that July for me was a bit of a train wreck. I just hit this massive slump. I haven't been in a slump like that for so long. My mental health just went to crap. I just had this month where I was struggling to even do basic things, if I'm being completely honest. It was just everything coming together at once. So, and I'm really not a winter person, so that probably didn't help. So yeah, I could barely do art. I stopped writing. I was struggling to get to the gym. I just didn't really, if I saw friends, I probably wasn't really connecting with them properly, because I just had nothing in me. So that was July, and then I made some changes, made some choices, and just did some different things. And so then August, I've really come back, and I'm feeling a lot better now. So I've been painting again, which is nice, because I can't remember the last time I've just stopped painting like that. So and I guess I've shifted my approach as a result to just painting what I feel like painting at the moment. I've been so focused on learning and upskilling and just trying to get better at art, because I'm like still kind of probably beginner stage, I would say. Definitely like maybe intermediate, not expert. I'm not an expert. So because of that, I spent a lot of time upskilling. But this month I've really just kind of been like, I don't care, I just feel like painting this, I'm gonna paint this. I've had this intimacy series in my head for a long time, like the concept of it. So I've just been going with what I felt like doing. And the funny thing is, like, it's been easy and fun, and I'm finding pieces are just selling really quickly. Like, people are obviously just kind of like connecting with what I'm doing at the moment, which is really cool. Like, there's been pieces that I've sold in this current series where it's like, to me, they weren't great pieces. Like, they were pieces where I would be happy to like, I always call them like closet pieces, because like I just like literally have a closet where if I don't like it, I'll either put it in there or the bin. So there's been pieces where I'm a bit like, did not nail that, don't love it, I don't think I can sell that, and someone has seen it like on a story or something and just like snapped it up. So I guess what I learned is like the art that I connect with is not the same art that other people connect with. So it's a good learning, because it means that, just because I don't love a piece doesn't mean that someone else isn't going to see something in it where for them they're like, oh, I really like, I connect with that, I need that in my house or wherever they're putting it. So the theme behind this series is like intimacy. So intimacy is really like connection. Like, it's, I guess I'm doing it like sort of like people-based and like intimacy within like either like self or relationships, but it can really be like, at the core of that is connection. So that can be sort of connection to anything. That was a weird noise. In other news, I've been setting up my website again. If you follow along with me on Instagram or Twitch, you'll know that I actually set up my website in May on Squarespace. But then I've decided to shift it to Shopify. So that's been like a fair bit of work and like going back and forth, trying to make sure I'm like transferring things and doing it correctly. And it's a tricky platform to come onto, I think. Like, I'm just trying to get my head around how to get it all working. I'm absolutely not sponsored by them, putting that out there first, but I will say their support is so good. Like, there's been questions, I've messaged them so many times about like probably like the dumbest things, right, to them, but to me it's like it's a roadblock where if I couldn't get past it, I probably would have just like quit. And they've just been there like for 24/7 support and just been able to like help me get past any roadblock I've had on my website. So that's been great, and I'll have that up and live soon. Other highlights, so I started at a new gym. So it's kind of like a HIIT CrossFit type gym. Never thought I would sign up for that, never thought I would enjoy that, but here we are. The people there are genuinely just great people. Like, they're just really like, everyone just wants to like get in, like smash out a workout and just be like done with it, have a laugh and like connect with some people, and that's kind of it. And it's just such a nice environment to be in, I think. So that's been really cool. I'm going to that probably like 3 times a week, and already I'm like, ooh, kind of want to go a little bit more. Kind of don't have time for that right now. So that's where we're at with like fitness stuff, which is always a big part of like my, I guess, life, because it's a huge mental health boost, I find. Other huge news, gotta get a haircut. I always seem to update people on haircuts. That needs to be done. That will be done soon. Have been selling a lot of things on Facebook Marketplace. So pro tip, if you're looking to sell things on there, just be aware. I think there is a way to make it private, but like everything I list on there, I found out that all of my family and friends now know what I'm selling on there, which is very, very embarrassing. I really wish I had found this. Apparently there's like just a little tick box. Wish I had seen that tick box before I started posting things. But I'll also say people on Facebook Marketplace just become like wild animals. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like the second you list something on there, people just lose their minds. Like, I've had people show up at my place with like, we haven't agreed on it, right? Like, we've been like chatting and like working out location, whatever. Haven't agreed on a time or a day, and then I'll just get this message where they're just like, hey, I'm at the front, like I'm here to grab the thing. And I'm like, what? So look, just a heads up, if you're buying things on Facebook Marketplace, remember that you are dealing with other humans and you can't just show up at their place. Like, very odd. I had to tell someone off the other day. I was like, this is creepy. I will sell you the thing, but this is weird. In between all of that, so I've been chipping away on some of my art pieces I started in like June, July, which is before I hit my like massive sort of burnout period there. I am not pressuring myself to finish them though, because I just don't really feel like doing them right now, like, to be honest. And I find whenever I force an art piece, you can kind of tell, or I can tell, like, I look at it later, I'm like, it just looks so, like, you can tell that, to me, again, I can tell, like, it's a bit soulless or something. So I've learned that it's okay to have, like, a stack of pieces that are ongoing, and sometimes it's okay to quit on a piece as well. Like, if I get halfway through a piece now and I really, really am not connecting with it anymore, I'll give it some time first, but then, like, if I still don't connect with it later, I just quit. Like, it's not worth it. We just don't have that much time on earth to be finishing art pieces that we don't love, because it's not like, you know, it's not a work project. Like, I don't do art full time for a living, so it just seems unreasonable to push myself through something that's not feeling good. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'll update when I finish those pieces. There are a few definitely that I do want to finish, because most of them were things I was doing to like learn a skill or like try out new techniques. So I think most of them I will continue with, but they're definitely not in the current style I've been doing. So sorry, I'm looking over at my art. I will cut this out very cleverly and I'll show you my art instead. I've been spending this last month listening to a podcast called Do You Fucking Mind? So if you follow me on Twitch, you will know I have had a rant a few times about podcasts, because they just go for so long. Like, I don't know what it is in like podcast world. I'm not sure if it's to do with like the ads or like something to do with like that side of it, but a lot of them go for like an hour, right? And I find it really hard to find podcast authors that I connect with enough that I can listen to them for an hour. Like, that is a long time, and it's normally like loosely on topic, but generally like pretty vague. And it's just not my medium mostly. But Do You Fucking Mind has just like blown my mind. Like, it was exactly what I needed, I think, especially after my slump in July. It's really just given me like a big kick up my butt to just like get back on track, get back out into life, and just sort of like change my mindset on things, which I really needed, I think, just going forward. Like, yeah, so I highly recommend it. She's really funny. She's a neuroscientist, so she's smart. She's like, to me, she's like whole package, right? Which is why I think I can like listen to her for that long and I'm like, fuck yeah, like this is so good. And I rarely have moments where I want to like switch it off. I just kind of want to listen to it all the time. So highly recommend. I've also been thinking about a career change. So thinking of shifting towards like UX, UI type design. It's actually a super confusing field from the outside to try and like scope. So, you know, if anyone on here happens to be a UX or UI designer, please reach out. I would love to chat and like find out more about like exactly what you do day to day before I sign up for like an obnoxiously expensive, time-consuming course. So, The other random project I've set myself is to create and release an NFT. So I've been asked about these a fair bit on like Instagram, even Twitch a little bit. Like, people are looking to buy them, so I haven't released any yet, but I'm working on one in Blender at the moment, which is a 3D modeling program. So creating something in there, and then I will probably release it on OpenSea. I'm going to document my journey with that as well, because that's probably something where other people can learn from it too, because they tend to make a lot of mistakes on things. So, but you know what? I learn from those mistakes and I can pass on my learnings to everyone else. So yeah, I guess that's probably like a good wrap up of where things are at in my life right now. I want to really make sure I'm producing content on here that you guys find useful, and I understand like a studio update / life update is probably not all that interesting for most of the people out there. But as a starting point, just to like jump in, get it going, I just thought like stuff it. This is the easiest thing. Like, this is something that I can do without really like, you know, needing much preparation, because I'm just telling you about what's going on here and where I'm heading, what I'm doing, what to keep an eye out for. So yeah, but I will do some more interesting videos hopefully soon. So like, subscribe, drop a comment, or watch me paint live on Twitch and subscribe to me on there. So I will be back here soon with bigger, better videos, and you will be so impressed by my tech skills, and we're just gonna have a great time. Hope you guys are all doing great out there. Don't look at the news, don't scroll too much on social media, go and do some exercise, and yeah, be kind to your friends. Goodbye.